Uh. What? Holy shit. This is absolutely insane. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an announcement video, a patch review video. I am Sylphin. I played in this patch. at Epic HQ, and this completely blows my... Guys, this is the major rework, the major features video, and the card video, because this patch is so big we have to split it up into 3 videos. One for the major updates and the card video, one for the actual hero balance part of the patch, and Yin. So guys, this is for the major features and the cards here that have been changed in version 38.3. Holy shit. It's been 1 year since the Azurite portals opened on Omega, Letha, and Zechin. 1 year since the search for the Paragon began. A time for solemn reflection and cake. Guys, the lore is absolutely insane. I can't say much. But of course, Yin has been released. Go and check out my video for her on that, because it is absolutely insane. Again, 20 heroes have been changed here. So go look for my video for that, because we have to talk more about that, because it is absolutely insane. Banners have been introduced, and you know what? They actually look pretty damn good. On hero kill and tower kill, your banner will be displayed on top of the location of that kill. And as you can see, it's actually pretty far up, so it's not going to be a huge visual, hindrance or anything like that. So that is nice. They did implement it quite well. I mean, just from this little GIF here and the other kind of little showcase that they have on other videos as well, it looks actually pretty damn good. So that is, I'm really, really, really happy for that. Huge card update, and that's what we are getting into here, guys. So there is a part of this here, the celebration here. When you guys play one game this week, you'll receive a year one gift, and then if you have the founders, you receive a additional gift as special thanks, just because you bought that a long time ago. The vault skins, those are those, and the substitution, if you own all of those, obviously you get the 500 coins as well. Double XP all week long, so guys, go out and play. Sales, everything bundle at 50% off. I might consider that. I might honestly consider that. All hero bundles at 33%, and the loot crate keys. That is probably a really, really good thing to pick up right now, because, well, you don't get keys all that often. Here we go, guys. Here's the major features. New hero Yin has been released. Go and check out my video for that. Again, the hero event we kind of just talked about. Chests are now available. So there are 4 tiers of chests: bronze, silver, gold, and diamond. Chests can be opened on the profile overview page. All tributes have been converted to chests as an equivalent quality to the previous rewards. So those tributes that you got after you finished a game would be like tribute open, and then it would give you whatever. They have been chests now, so you just gain a chest after you complete a game, do whatever, and then you have to go back into your overview, just like cards, open up those chests without keys. These chests here are not the crates. Chests are different than crates. Chests you don't need keys for. They're just kind of like the tributes used to be. Victory chests have been converted to silver chests. So when you win a game, you'll get a silver chest, not maybe a gold or diamond. So daily login rewards have been added. That is a absolutely fantastic little thing. Every day, basically, for I think 30 days, I saw 30 or 15, 20, something like that. You get daily logins. Some of them actually look pretty damn epic. There were some epic rewards in there on just a brief little thing that I saw. Go check that out, as pretty simple. Every time you log in, log in more, on a more consecutive streak every day for a long time, and you'll get some pretty epic stuff. So here is the juicy meat and potatoes, baby. Monolith core attacks will now be correctly rendered with team colored visuals. Not sure what exactly that means, but I think that means that, you know, when your core attacks a player with that wave, you'll see, you know, orange, the wave will be orange or the wave will be blue, just so you can, I don't know, see what core you're attacking. Something like that. Just, that's a nice little thing. Fix an issue where with players that rejoin a match, we're seeing every other player as invisible due to an issue with visibility. Cool. Some AI improvements. That is good. All AI improvements do work towards ranked mode, believe it or not, because I do think, at least in my opinion, that you need a good AI system in order for rank to be, because if somebody DCs, I would much rather have a bot than be a man down. At least the bot can farm, at least the bot can push simple siege objectives. Yeah, maybe they can feed a little bit, but I mean, a smart AI at least can be a semi-substitute. So remember, all of these AI improvements are good. Now the cards. The weekly card pack, you guys can look into that. Now, Blight as a overall stat. Blight as a thing that happens. So on a lot of cards that do Blight itself has been changed. Reduced healing reduction from 75% to 40%. Now I think this is because, as you'll see, it's much more easy to apply, and I think on more cards in general. Reduced duration from 6 seconds to 4 seconds. 6 seconds is a long time now in Monolith, so 4 seconds, that is okay. I think that seems a little bit more fair. Ash of the Witch Rework. It's now a universal affinity. Everybody can use Ash of the Witch. For 6 CP, you gain 12 power or 2 CP of worth of value. So the passive then, it costs 4, or with the 5 CP for the opportunity cost. Passive. Enemies hit by abilities are slowed by 150 move speed for 1 second. Universal affinity? Oh boy, guys. This works so well on so many heroes. I'm thinking of Shinbi. She can use her line tempo very, very quick, every 1.8 seconds. She can use her dash. So like, she can always, with this card, have the target slowed pretty much indefinitely and always stay on her target, making her an even greater assassin that just takes people out of the fight and overextended, etc. Somebody like Greystone. His Make Way ability, finally he will be able to actually stay to somebody with this card and always be hitting. You just pop his Make Way. 150 move speed is, I believe, just around the penalty for basic attacking, right? You're slowed when you're basic attacking. So I think that is around the actual penalty for that. So basically, if you have this passive, you know, it's passive. So as you have your Make Way on, you'll be able to stick to the enemy and just keep wailing on them. There's so many other people like that. Richter's Electrocute is something like that, so he can be a little bit more of a help, you know, assisting kills, stuff like that. Oh my goodness, who else? You know, Candace can use her Dark Tide, you know, to slow somebody down while she kind of gets up to them. She can blink onto them. You know, that also slows them down. Plus, on top of her ability, so there is a lot of potential here for a lot of assassins, or just kind of anybody really. Like I said, Richter there could use that as a nice way to help assist his teammates in taking people down. So that is something that you really have to consider here. Ash of the Witch, awesome. Divine Shield. This is absolutely mind-blowing. Rework, now universal affinity. Everybody can get Divine Shield. Cost 8 CP, you gain 60 max mana, so 2 CP from there, 1 ability armor, so that means that we have 3 there, so it's a 5, it's a 6 CP passive here, including the opportunity cost. Spell block, passive, block an enemy ability, straight up for 45 seconds. Just straight up block an ability. Do you guys see how valuable this is? How often is a stun something that starts an engagement? How often is, you know, a crucial crowd control ability that which stuns, you know, that which you know, starts an engagement? A Richter pull, a Steel ult, a Rampage rock, a Decker stun. No longer is it a guarantee, oh, that person's stunned, we take him out. Oh, that person's pulled, they're dead, right? Now, I'm interested to see if a Decker fence, if you can just walk through a fence with this, right? If it blocks the fence, do you walk just right through it? Or does it only block well, that doesn't do damage anymore. So that's something interesting. Absolutely crucial card here for, a lot of maybe, a lot of people that you want to be in the front line, trying to absorb those CC for your heroes. And you know what? Now you can maybe be a tank with this card sitting on the front line, trying to absorb any abilities, poke abilities from your team. Maybe, the Rampage tries to stun somebody in the back line. You get hit instead, and you're like, bam! That's our chance to engage on the enemy. If you're Richter, blink forward into an ultimate. Boom! You have just set the stage for your friendly, and you aren't stunned from that rock. So there's so much potential in here. The mana and ability armor is great. That screams support to me, but I mean, anybody can use this a ton. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. The potential there is unreal. Quenching scales. This is also really interesting. I really like this a lot, especially for support. It's now a universal affinity with Quenching scales. Cost 4 CP. You get 1 CP of health, 1 CP of mana, so a 2 CP cost. 2 CP cost to this passive and active. Are you serious? Now, the Mana Aura passive grants 0.6 increased mana regen in a radius. Boom! What? And maxed meaning fully upgrade bonus here. That's what I'm assuming that means. Team heal active. Heal yourself and nearby allies for 225 health, gaining 21 basic armor for 20 seconds. Cannot affect players more than once every 20 seconds with an 80-second cooldown. Mana cost of 75. Are you freaking serious? 4 CP? So for 7 CP with 1 point upgrades, you guys can get this by what? The 7-minute mark? The 6-minute mark? Like, just absolutely insane. Fill that up with 1 point max healths for an early support card. Absolutely and ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That's way better than a circlet of mana. You can get your circlet of mana early on and then just kind of get rid of it for this. Oh my god. In freaking sane. Who can use this? Any support? Universal affinity, any support, absolutely fantastic. It's like imagine the synergy here with this and a Richter, and a Norbash. Boy, oh my goodness, absolutely ridiculous. Because I mean, this basic armor helps against that ranger, against that poke damage that you are getting in that safe lane. So I mean, if you can get it quickly, if you can get it, and the laning phase is still there. Oh boy, absolutely amazing, blowing my mind, epic. Toxy Gel Rework now universal affinity again. Costs 6 CP, so you get 2 CP of max health, 4 CP passive, 5 with the opportunity cost here. Passive, taking 400 damage, activates a self cleanse. Being out of combat for 5 seconds reduces the counter. What? 2-second cooldown. What? Insane. Taking 400 damage activates self-cleanse. So, I mean, a Rampage Rock isn't alone. Alone isn't enough. An Aurora, even just the first burst of damage from a Aurora ultimate, I don't think isn't. I mean, unless she builds it in the late game, of course, that's true. But lots of stuns themselves don't proc this, so it's gonna have to be again, that engagement, that tough, that really punishing initiation that happens a lot now, that takes people out from punishing positions, and this will be able to totally negate that. Any a rampage rock and a quick and any quick damage after that, boom, you're out of it. Like, absolutely insane. I think it doesn't have to be 400 damage all at once. I think it's within a second or two period. It's a 2-second cooldown, but I think it's taking 400 damage within a second or two, something like that. Because the counter here, I think that counter, it's not clear. I think it's something like that. I don't think this is overly clear, but I very much could be wrong. It might be 400 damage at once. So we're gonna have to see. That is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. The tough part about these cards is that none of it is damage. Besides this power here on Asher the Witch, it's, do you get this card if you're a damage dealer, if you're an assassin? Like, it's a whole equipment slot. It only gives you the opportunity to add health. How valuable is it? Do you leave it unupgraded so that you can put all that CP into other cards with high point upgrades? It's going to be tough. Like, getting a lot of these might be too punishing for assassins. For fighters, yeah, if you want to be a bruiser, that could definitely, some of these would definitely work. But I mean, it's going to be really interesting how we build our builds from now on in version 38.3. Thermal Bond, rework, now universal affinity, cost 8 CP, 2 CP of max health, 1 CP of max of ability armor, so 6 CP cost for this passive, including the opportunity cost. Determination. Being hit by stuns, roots, and knockups grants a stack of health regen equal to 12% of your max health over 4 seconds. So again, if you are caught out, if you are hit by these punishing mechanics here in Paragon, you will gain a stack of health regen equal to 12% of your max health over 4 seconds. Now, grants a stack of health regen. It doesn't say there's a maximum stacks. It doesn't say how many that, you can't, it's a stack. So I'm assuming if you get multiple roots, multiple stuns and roots stuck on you, you're going to be able to, gain your max health back. So you know what? Because of this ability armor here, because of all the health, because of the ability armor, you know what? These are going to be absolutely fantastic for our bruisers and our tanks. Tanking, you're going to be able to actually, take these very punishing abilities that are meant for your carries, for your assassins, and actually not be that automatically dead, right? Oh, guys, combining some of these is going to be absolutely insane. Now, block an enemy ability. If you block a rampage stun, does this passive still occur? Or because it's completely blocked, it didn't actually hit you? But it did hit you because you blocked it. Right? So it's going to be interesting. Like, if you build all of these cards, do they kind of cancel each other out and then kind of lose value? That's going to be something that's that we're definitely going to have to see. There's going to be so much what does Yin deflect? How do these cards interplay? That's going to be really interesting to see. Stinger Boost, rework, now a universal affinity. Again, costs 6 CP, 60 max mana, so 2 CP there. 2 CP of attack speed, so this is a 3 CP cost, including the opportunity cost. 3 CP. After hitting an enemy hero with an ability, your next basic attacks deals 50 plus 20% of power bonus damage. Can only occur every 1.5 seconds. Can you guys see who this is absolutely meant for? I give you 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Twin Blast, baby! Grenade! Boom, boom, boom. Grenade! Boom, boom, boom. Grenade! What? absolutely insane. You can build this with your attack speed. This can be your attack speed card. You know, he doesn't, if you want to build him crit, this is absolutely fantastic card. You don't even need to upgrade it even. Or you can just put a few attack speed. The Knights can be your attack speed card. What? 50 plus 20% of power, which would definitely help him if you're building him, you know, a bursty carry. You would have a lot of power because you're trying to be bursty. So 20% plus 200 power, like something become crazy like that. What is that? That's 60 plus 50, 120. If that crits, that's 400 extra. Like every 1 point, like like insane. And the mana would help for a couple more grenades. Like, oh my god! A Grim! You can empower your slow. Empower your slow. Wait 1.5 seconds. There is an extra, whatever, 300 damage if you crit. You know, slow the enemy with your basic attack. 1.5 seconds later, do it again. 1.5 seconds later, do it again. Like, oh my goodness. Insane. Power Cord. Rework now, Universal Affinity, etc. Costs 6 CP. You gain 1 of its power, 1 of attack speed, so leaving 4. So opportunity cost of 5 CP passive. Hitting an enemy with a basic attack applies Blight for 4 freaking seconds. For 4 freaking seconds. Guys, if you want to build anybody that you know, can be an anti-projectile, well, sorry, no. If Blight, an anti-chimera, an anti-rampage person with power and attack speed, so this could be a great bruiser. This could be a great anti-rampage jungler, you know, person, well, anybody, really, anybody. But the Blight, again, because this is easy to hit on hitting an enemy with a basic attack, and it's a passive, so that's gonna be really easy to hit. You can make a good, you know, who's a Grux to counter the a Grux jungler bruiser to counter the enemy rampage jungler, something like that. Feng Mao jungler pick to, you know, anything, even a rampage. You can pick a rampage to, you know, like, it is insane. Chimera, rampage, they're going down, baby. If you main a certain role, build a couple decks for your favorite jungler. Be like, oh, anti-enemy rampage / Kalari jungler build. Boom, there you go. Nice power attack speed options, fantastic. Doesn't look like there's an upgrade bonus, so I mean, you could leave this open, not upgrade it, so you're a nice bruiser in the late game, or just upgrade this. I mean, whatever you guys want. This is absolutely insane. Oh, Thick Blood Rework now, Universal Affinity, cost 4 CP, 2 CP of power, 1 CP of max mana, so that's a 1 CP cost. So 2 with the opportunity cost Blight ability. Again, hitting an enemy with an ability applies Blight for 4 seconds. Okay, this one's a little less gonna because abilities are a little bit more spread out, but who uses abilities a lot? Shinbi can easily keep this activated for absolutely for freaking ever. Shinbi can be a perfect person for this. Countess is in and out, but Shinbi is the first person to come to mind, guys. I'm kind of thinking on the spot here. Shinbi could absolutely do this. Nice power and a little bit of mana, exactly what she needs. She can do that. Shinbi jungler is a thing, so she could be a anti-rampage chimera jungler pick. Kind of odd, but I mean, anybody. Actually, Grex can actually he has his bleed, you know, for 4 seconds, and he can just smash and grab. Like, there's lots of potential here, and 4 seconds is a fairly long time in today's meta. So you know what? That totally works. Absolutely totally works. Now, Nature's Muse. This is the one that reduces allies' active cooldowns by 5 seconds. Reduce the cost from 7 CP to 6 CP. Much more relevant now. Much more relevant because it's a fully upgraded bonus. So instead of a 10 CP cost minimum to get that that active, now it's 9, so that's okay. Now reduce the mana cost from 150 to 100. That's going to really help. Use it a little bit more often. Basically reduce that mana cost by 1/3. So that is fairly significant. This is going to be a much more slightly better. Brings it in line with others as well. Teleblink, reduce cost from 6 CP to 5 CP. I like that. Increase distance from 100 to 1500, or 1000 to 1500. That is absolutely huge. I have, okay, in retrospect, I do feel like, yeah, the blinks are maybe a little bit short. Increasing by 50% though, holy smokes, that's going to be an absolutely fantastic engagement tool. Absolutely fantastic. Gideon can absolutely use that and keep his teleport. Again, Richter, like I said earlier, use this to engage into a nice big ultimate. It's only 5 CP, which is fantastic, because 6 CP, that's a little much. Because remember, he does use your mana, so, you know, absolutely fantastic, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Even a Steel can use this into his ultimate, and it's going to be much more reliable now, and I think that's what they want. They want to increase that skill ceiling. You got to build for it so you can teleblink into your ultimate. I mean, it increases the skill ceiling, which isn't a bad thing. Or you can just be sneaky, come in from the side on a Steel without it, use your ultimate there, but I like that. Again, Stab Link increases distance from 1500. Oh my god, this thing is Countesses with Stab Link are going to be absolutely so much more terrifying. Oh, it's absolutely terrifying. So, what can you say? What can you say? Like, that's terrifying. Shockwave, which is an AoE slow on AoE slow, uses a little bit of mana, I think. Or no, it doesn't. Reduce cost from 6 CP to 5 CP. So they're trying to make these cards more viable because of all this because of all of the kits that these new heroes are having, and as an answer to the CC, to all of these other strategies, they're trying to make these cards a little bit more you know, applicable, so that you can have that another form of CC for these supports and tanks, which are really hurting. They're not really all that effective, so that you can have that CC and be a relevant hero as a support. Again, because of 5 CP cost, I really like that. Giving back to these supports who really struggle on the CP side, and you know what? This is feeding exactly into it. Plasma Channel, reduced cost from 6 CP to 5 CP. Again, good. Increased shred per stack from 4 to 8. So Plasma Channel is the one where I believe it's based on how many people are around you. When you activate it, you gain shred on all enemies within an area. Get shredded based on how many people are around you. So if there's a ton of people around you, then all of those people will take a lot of shred. If there's one person around you, then only one of them will get very little shred. Kind of see that? So now, if there's even 5 in the enemy team, 5 times 8, 30, whatever, math, geez, 42? I'm an idiot. That's a lot. That's a lot of shred. That's a lot of shred. And that makes it more relevant. I used to have a gadget Plasma Channel AoE Tesla Dome strategy where I would run Stasis Gem, and I would just run into the enemy team and put down my ultimate right on top of me, use Shockwave to slow them, and then I would use Plasma Channel to shred them, and then I would use Stasis Gem, because then they're all like, oh, there's a gadget right here. So that's a little bit more interesting. That's a really, really interesting idea. You know, a Steel ults right into the enemy team, or a Richter teleblinks right in front to use his ultimate. He uses Plasma Channel. They use Plasma Channel first, and then they use their ultimates, or afterwards. Oh, that sounds so juicy. Really, really interesting. Bubble Tap reduces mana cost from 100 mana to 60 mana. Removed lifesteal stat, now grants 60 max mana and 4 ability armor. Bubble Tap, I'm having a little bit of a brain fart with. That's the Shoot. I forget. But anyways, we can talk about the mana cost again, trying to make the supports a little bit more viable, a little bit easier to use. Remember the lifesteal stat again. It was, I don't think, it didn't seem like a basic attack card to begin with. I'm forgetting what the active does. Now grants 60 mana and 4 ability armor. Again, it's trying to make that a little bit more supporty, a little bit more tanky, because so you can use these cards to bring back that role, the viability of that role. Bounty Stalker. Oh, I didn't see this. How did I not see this? Bounty Stalker, increased critical strike chance per stack from 4% to 6%. Amazing. Good. Reduced max stacks count from 10 to 7. Okay, so they made it so that you can get it a little faster. Again, because time to kill is so low, you need to get that a little bit faster. But in order to make it not completely overpowered, take down the max stats. Increase stack duration from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is huge. 4 seconds is a long time. 3 seconds, well, I mean, it's 3 seconds, 4 seconds. It's only a second difference, but that's a long time in today's meta. Again, somebody that attacks very quickly. Again, a Chimera, Chimera's Q. Chimera's Q does proc Bounty Stalker. So you just do a quick Q, boom, 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 boom. 5 hits, 30% crit, just like that. Twin Blast's right click does proc this, so a basic attack into a couple of quick, and into your right click. I mean, assuming that you hit it, boom, into another basic attack. What? That's 1, 3, and 1. That's 5 times 6, 30% crit chance, just like that. And because the stack duration is much longer, I mean, you're gonna have that very, very quick. It's fantastic. Anybody with a good amount of, burst, a Fangmao basic attack into a hamstring, into another basic attack. The hamstring won't proc it, but still, a lot of bursty heroes, basic attack heroes, Bounty Stalker is a little bit more relevant. Again, that value skyrockets the more you can attack somebody. So somebody like Twin Blast, I would love to see this on somebody like Chimera. Get that crit that you don't have to build into, so you can build a little more tanky and get extra value out of a unique passive. I really actually like that idea. I really, really do. As long as you can get the Q off or your right click on a Twin Blast. Yeah, definitely more viable. Absolutely, definitely more viable. Satori Cloak. Oh, increased shred from 15% to 50%. Oh, that should make it viable. Quick math. Satori Cloak. So if it's, I'm forgetting if it's basic armor or ability armor. Shoot, I'm an idiot. Okay, let's say it's basic. Let's say it's basic. Oh shoot, I forget. Basic attacks shred people on basic hit. All right. Okay. So the opportunity cost for Satori Cloak, if you include that onto the passive here, is 5. So the cost is 5. So if you take 5 CP's worth of basic pen, well, you get, okay. If you were to attack a fighter, with no added basic armor, you get 3.875 CP's worth of basic pen. Now, I just said that you're paying kind of the value of the active is 5. So as you can see, it's not quite worth it on a fighter. Somebody like a Greystone, though, it's automatically worth it. Somebody who's building armor, automatically worth it. But unfortunately, it's almost worth it to attack a fighter, and of course a caster. It's definitely not worth it. So this certainly helps. Satori Cloak, but it's almost there. It's almost there to basically be always viable against a tank, though, and a Greystone, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it on a tank or a Satori Cloak. And remember, it's a shred. So, while it's not worth its weight in gold for you, spread that amongst 4 other people that are attacking them. That might be worth it. Yeah, it might not be the most efficient for you, but remember, it is a shred, which I keep kind of not maybe considering. So you know what? Maybe it is. Maybe it is completely viable. And you know what? The more I think about it, now that it affects your whole team, that's completely worth it. Absolutely. Because it's a shred. Take a 1 CP hit in value in order for it to affect the whole team. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Amazing. As long as you're not hitting caster again. But against a ranger, a carry, they got 48 basic armor. That's totally worth it. So you know what, guys? That looks good. That looks good. Mega Volt Pylon. Increased mana restored per nearby unit from 5 to 15. Oh yes, good. So this gives you mana per unit around you. Before it just wasn't worth it, but now that it's tripled in the mana restored, that's actually going to be viable. I think it's every 45 seconds, every 30 seconds, something like that. So you know what? If when late game split pushing, you can just be burning down the enemy minion waves. Use Mega Volt Pylon obviously before you kill them, and then boom, you get a nice good amount of mana, so that you can actually have some mana when it comes to the team fight on the enemy siege objective. Dreadfast Relic, reduced cooldown from 120 seconds to 30 seconds. So here is the card. For 6 seconds on hit with ability, apply 12.5% life grant to enemies for 4 seconds. Attacking an enemy marked with life grant gives a life steal to the attacker. So it's kind of like Shred. It's life steal, but for the entire team. It's moving to a 30% to a 30-second cooldown. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. You're going to be able to give so much life steal to your friendly team. Imagine a Kwong with the Dreadfast Relic that uses this when he engages on the enemy team. Can you imagine that? Can you, when he engages, he's going to use his ultimate on a whole bunch of people. If he uses that, if he uses Dreadfast Relic before he uses his ult or any AoE ability in the middle of a team fight, you get 12.5% life steal for 12.5% life grant. So everybody on your team will benefit from that on the entirety of the enemy team. Plus his passive. And now you can use it pretty much in every engagement that you ever go in on. Oh my goodness, and Blink Shot, guys. Removed mana regen stat, now grants 6 power. Abso-freaking-lutely. Blink Shot, that just completely makes it so much more relevant on so many more people, because now you can get that power. And have that option to upgrade it there. Blink Shot, that's good. It's going to help so many people use it for freaking ever. Guys, that was hopefully not too long. Hopefully you've stuck with me here. This is an absolutely amazing change. These cards are the kind of cards that we want in a MOBA. These are like MOBA cards, baby. Super awesome, super situational, but super effective, so you can actually use it when the situation arises, and it can be a game changer. Guys, CC there's a reason why Epic does this stuff. We can go into a big theory crafting session where I talk for freaking ever about this stuff, but I want to end on this. Epic Games and the Paragon team has a grand vision. They have a grand vision. Sharing it it's not necessarily the best thing, because all you're gonna do, you're not gonna have specifics, and people are just gonna run away with it in terms of their imagination. They're just they have to keep it under wraps, right? They gotta keep it internally. They gotta share only that which is for sure, so we don't take it and run it with it in stupid ways. They gotta do it. It makes sense, right? It just makes sense. They have a grand vision. This is a glimpse, believe me, this is a glimpse into the future. And the CC meta, the team fight meta, the towers, everything is taken care of. And this is a glimpse into how it's going to be. You were only seeing a small part of the greater picture, and just have faith. I'm not a man of faith. I like to believe in concrete proofs. But guys, have faith, because this is only the beginning. Please like this video if you like it, dislike it, dislike it, share it with the community. Oh my goodness, share it with the community. And of course, guys, subscribe. If you guys like this content, found it useful especially, please subscribe so I can do it for you in the future. Till next time, like always, stay optimistic and positive.